One of my favorite weapons in Halo 5 is the SMG, high rate of fire, quick handling, and effective in the right hands. Now since the weapon tuning update, this gun is definitely a shadow of its former glory, dust and echoes of what it once was and not as deadly in close quarter combat as it used to be. So in this video we are going to look at some of the stats of this gun and examine its place in Halo 5's weapon sandbox. Starting out, we'll look at the red reticle ranges. For hip fire, the range is 19.81 meters, and for smart link, the range is 30.90 meters. As always, these are the effective ranges of the weapon. You'll get more bullet magnetism and aim assist within these distances, which results in better weapon accuracy. Anyway, we do have multiple options for sights in Halo 5 war zones, so we will also look at those red reticle ranges as well, but briefly. The hip fire range itself will not change when using different sights, but the smart link ranges will, so these are their corresponding RRRs. The standard CQB sight has the shortest range at 30.90 meters as we just saw, while the Morph and COG sights have the longest at 54.47 meters. Moving on, the SMG has a rate of fire of 15 rounds per second, which is one of the highest in Halo 5, but despite its rapid fire, the recoil of the weapon is relatively weak. In addition, handling is pretty fast and reloading takes about 2.2 seconds. Next, let's look at the time to kill. So for the headshot bonus, the TTK is 1.2 seconds, requiring 12 bullets to break the shield and 19 total for the kill. The body shot TTK is 1.3 seconds, again requiring 12 bullets to break the shield, but 20 bullets for the kill. For comparison, before the nerf, the vanilla SMG's time to kill was 0.85 seconds for the headshot bonus, requiring 13 bullets, and it was 0.98 seconds for body shots, requiring 15 bullets. So in other words, looking at these differences, the current SMG does 27% less damage on critical hits, meaning no shield headshots and weak points, and 23% less damage per bullet in general. So yeah, that's quite a nerf. Anyway, now let's move on to the next part and look at the accuracy and bullet spread. So with the CQB sight, the hip fire and smart link accuracies are not that different. There's a lot of base spread and smart link only slightly decreases it. Burst firing the SMG will decrease bullet spread, but don't expect the gun to become a sniper with pinpoint accuracy. Base reticle bloom will still be a significant factor, preventing the SMG from becoming too accurate. However, in Warzone you can attach a laser targeter and that will further decrease the bloom, improving the accuracy. Now in terms of recoil and vertical drift, they are pretty much non-factors and fairly easy to control, especially with the CQB sight. And just like for other automatics, crouching will boost weapon stability and improve accuracy as well. In my opinion, this is more useful on those longer range sights like the Recon, Morph, and COG, because with those you will experience slightly more recoil when zoomed in and firing. Thus, crouching down will really help with that stability and help keep your reticle on the target. In addition, for some of the sights like the Recon, you can attach the stabilization jets and significantly boost weapon stability even more. Now while we are on the topic of accuracy, I need to point out one thing: the holographic, Recon, hybrid, and Morph sights intrinsically boost smart link accuracy, while on the other hand the CQB and COG sights do not, aside from their zoom factor of course. The way this works is on said sights the inner reticle is slightly tightened, which decreases bullet spread when zoomed. The holographic and hybrid sights have a weak reticle tightening effect, while the Recon and Morph sight have a slightly stronger effect. So with those sights you get a small advantage with the SMG approaching those medium ranges, but don't expect to outcompete Magnums, BRs, and DMRs since you will be descoped with a single bullet. Semi-automatics pretty much dominate everything beyond 20 meters in Halo 5, so don't try to destroy players with an SMG at 40 or 50 meters away. It's kind of self-explanatory for all of us by now. Now it would be nice in my opinion if we did have an armor mod for Warzone with the sole function of preventing descope from bullets, and it would be pretty cool if it worked like the heavy duty Cyberlink on the Arrow of Time sniper rifle, which is resistant to descope. That way the SMG, AR, and SAW would be more effective weapons inside those medium ranges. But of course this concept would apply to other weapons like the Magnum as well. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the SMG stats. The only thing left to do is discuss its place in the weapon sandbox. I will say though, to you guys still sticking around for Halo 5 videos, these are my own thoughts based on the numbers, tests, and my own experience with this gun. And what I will say is, I'm not a fan of the current SMG. When I try to use this weapon, even at close range where it's supposed to excel and have an advantage, it just underperforms and takes too long to kill enemy Spartans. You literally have to unload half of your 60 round magazine, and it's like half of your shots just miss because of the damn reticle bloom, and that's sad considering the SMG got a slight accuracy buff in the past update. Pair these characteristics with the fact that it takes 19 or 20 bullets just to kill an enemy player, it becomes evident why this weapon underperforms. Now let's hold it right here. I'm not saying the SMG should dominate ARs, magnums, and BRs at mid-range, but what I am saying is it should dominate those weapons to hell at close ranges. Inside 15 or 20 meters, the SMG should be a dominant CQC force, but unfortunately the damage reduction, bullet requirement, and horrible hip-fire reticle bloom really make this weapon frustrating to use and pretty much useless outside of complementing your melee ability. And these are pretty much the reasons why I think the SMG time to kill should actually be lowered. Now I know we're not getting more weapon updates, but it would be nice to see the SMG time to kill lowered to around 1.1 seconds for the headshot bonus and 1.2 seconds for body shots. That way the weapon would better fit that gap between a storm rifle, which has a TTK of 0.9 seconds, and the assault rifle, which has a TTK of 1.2 seconds. This would also increase the SMG's effectiveness at close range but have a minimal impact outside of it because the reticle bloom would still act as a counterbalance, same way as it does for the storm rifle, AR, etc. Keep in mind the storm rifle's time to kill is 0.9 seconds, which is one of the fastest standard TTKs, but that thing is pretty much abysmal garbage outside of 20 meters because of its bloom and overheating. Now there's many ways to rebalance the SMG, and I'm not covering all of them, but I would apply one of these two methods. One would be to increase the DPM or damage per bullet so less bullets are required for a kill, or two, slightly increase the rate of fire for a faster time to kill. Personally, I would increase the SMG's DPM, damage per bullet, as I'm not a fan of unloading 19 or 20 bullets for a Spartan kill. I just think that's too much. I think around 16 or 17 bullets is more ideal and would hit that mark of having times to kill of around that 1.1 second mark to fall between the storm rifle and the assault rifle. Again, we're not going to see this in Halo 5, that's a guarantee, but I do hope 343 rework the weapon and make it slightly better for Halo Infinite, but just a little bit better and nothing more. Anyway, I think I spent way too long talking about this, so I'm going to end the video, but that's the SMG a little bit more in depth and my thoughts about it. Long story short, I'd say the weapon is not bad, but it's also not good either. It's just lackluster. As always, thank you all for watching, and until next time.